Freeport LNG Hearth cuts key supply of U.S. gas supply to Europe, Asia. London, and at least 3-week shutdown at Freeport LNG, operator of one in every of the largest U.S. export plants producing liquefied herbal fuel (LNG), is anticipated to put off cargoes to Europe, similarly stressing the continent's force to section out Russian gas. The outage at the plant, which affords around 20% of U.S. LNG processing capability, started out with an explosion at its Texas Gulf Coast facility on Wednesday. It has brought on alarm bells among players in market already struggling with reduced Russian elements and resurgent demand in Asia. The plant historically dispatched maximum of its cargoes to Japan and Korea, but the outage will affect Europe, which has been pulling U.S. cargoes from the east due to the higher prices. Russia's invasion of Ukraine movements that Moscow calls a special navy operation shifted flows to Europe from Asia. A 3-week shutdown will mean the lack of around 13-15 cargoes, even though Europe have to be able to make up its losses from gasoline storage. But the hazard remains if the shutdown extends for an extended length, said analysts. An outage for 3 weeks minimal is a lack of around 940,000 tons of LNG. If you took a mean shipment size round 70,000 tons, that's approximately 13 cargoes, said Alex Froley, LNG analyst at Data Intelligence Corporation ICIS. The outage coincides with Nord Stream 1 protection and a few Norwegian gasoline protection measures, but the market might be able to cope with it by means of retreating a few volumes from storage probably, stated a person acquainted with the marketplace. If the outage lasts months in place of weeks, the overall loss may be tons more, and Europe's more comfortable stock state of affairs will not be quite as reassuring. We might then assume the sturdy European LNG fee top rate over Asia to return, said Tamir Drews, managing director at Capra Energy. The news has to begin with sent U.S. natural gasoline futures down as a whole lot as 14% as buyers expected the outage could free up resources and assist rebuild U.S. storage for iciness demand. However, charges recovered afterward Thursday and had been up about 2% because the marketplace focused greater on high aircon demand from a heatwave blanketing components of America, specifically Texas. In Europe, gasoline costs rose by way of as much as a fifth on Thursday morning on fears lost U.S. shipments could strain a marketplace already struggling with reduced Russian substances. Prices cooled off on the marketplace close. EU, Japan Korea marker, JKM, charges which might be extensively used as a benchmark for Asian LNG also rose, with the Platts JKM LNG assessed at $23.486 per metric million British thermal units MMBTU on Thursday, an increase of $1.694, or 7.8%, from the day gone by. Freeport's buyers BP, NYSE, BP, Total Energies, Osaka Gas, Japan's biggest electricity generator JERA and South Korea's SK Gas Trading are listed as the customers of Freeport LNG cargoes, Enterprise Assets stated. BP has the most important agreement at 4 million tons consistent with ANAM via 2040. Japan usually imports 67% of its general LNG deliver from the United States for the duration of June, with LNG from Freeport accounting for at least half of the extent, said Kepler Gas and LNG analyst Ryana Rasidi. South Korea has imported a median of about 20% of its LNG from America in June during the last 2 years. It ought to probably lose as a minimum 13 million tons of LNG, about 17% of its intake, from the facility, she stated. In March, 21 cargoes loaded on the Freeport facility, sporting an estimated 64 billion cubic feet of fuel to locations in Europe, South Korea and China, in line with the U.S. Department of Energy. That changed into up from 15 cargoes in February and 19 in January. Around 70% of Freeport's monthly substances within the past few months went to the European Union and Britain. France, Britain, Turkey and the Netherlands have been the most important European importers from Freeport LNG this year, Enterprise Assets said. Of 14 Freeport cargoes arriving at locations in May, 10 of them went to Europe, to Asia and 2 to the Americas. Froley said. Graphic. Freeport exports by using destination 20 UKRAINECRISIS, AKVEZRKDYPR, Freeport percent 20 EXPORTS percent 20 BY percent 20 destination P, C20 ICE percent 20 refinitive percent 20 icon.png.